Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis, and welcome back to my channel, E.D. Lewis Reviews. Before we get started, please hit that like, that subscribe button with the little bell so you'll get notifications of my, when my videos come up. And also, please leave a comment. So last time I was on here, I reviewed the classic that started it all, The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. And this time around, I'm going to review a more modern Gothic horror by indie author who I will introduce here in just a moment. Excuse me, after I review the book. I'm so sorry for that. So the book is The Ghosts of Dark Hollow by R. St. Clair, BookTube's very own Regina St. Clair of Regina's Haunted Library. So I will link her channel down below. And let's get started. So this book came out in 2018, so it's about 3 years old, and it is definitely a quick-paced book. I enjoyed it very much. This is the second book first that I've actually read. I do plan on reading more of her books. It's just as I gradually get there. There's so many books on my list to read, and so I never know where to go next. So anyway, so The Ghosts of Dark Hollow, they're usually these very harmless, ghosts that appear until more recently when they start becoming flesh and attacking the residents of the small town. 17-year-old Hannah Gares just wants to get by in school and avoid those who torment her, the popular girls, the jocks. But she's been fascinated by the dilapidated Blackshire Manor ever since she'd first seen it. While skipping out on school with her best friend Olivia to hang out in the woods near the old mansion, the girls are attacked by a malicious and rather pervy ghost. But coming to their rescue is a very mysterious, wealthy, elderly man named Linford Cravens, who recently has laid claim to the mansion itself. Hannah finds her world, turned upside down as she, her father Adam, an amateur psychical research team, and a new friend investigate the strange happenings and the secrets surrounding those happenings. So that's my little synopsis for the book, kind of overview without giving away too much, because I don't want to give out many spoilers. And there's so much I could say about this book, and but that would have all spoilers, and I don't want to talk about that. There was moments in the book where there there was moments where I was just like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I had some ideas of what might happen, but there was especially one that really surprised me, and that was toward the ending of the book. It was one of the last twists, because there was a few twists coming. I knew one of them probably was going to be, because I did look on the table of contents ahead, and I have the bundle that has the complete series, because this is book 1 in a 4-book series called the Dark Hollow Chronicles. So I kind of saw one thing that was coming, but the other thing that was connected with it, I didn't, and I was really shocked. I'm like, so I'm pretty sure I gasped, and I have a bad tendency to gasp when I'm reading books when something shocking happens, and I'm like, so I'm going to readjust the camera. There we go. So I have a bad tendency of doing that, and I guess that's not a bad thing, though. So it just means I get into my reading, which I do. I get into a lot of the books I read, and some more than others. And so this book I really enjoyed. I do look forward to reading the rest of the series, and it is very fast-paced. I'm pretty sure that was said somewhere on like one of the descriptions that it's a fast-paced horror novel, and that it is. There's a lot of stuff that happens. It's like boom, boom, boom. It keeps your attention very well. It's very well written, and it has some really interesting characters. Like the character of Adam, her father, he's actually doing a play that he had written, an original play. He's directing it, and that's one of the minor plot points. It does tie into the plot, But he's worrying about that, and his theater, they end up, losing some of their funding and stuff. They're not shut down, though, and so he has that to worry about, and then he has to worry about his daughter, and he is involved in this, the amateur psychical research team that I mentioned at the ending of my synopsis, that he's actually involved in this. And there's another character by the name of Melissa, who's kind of the more sciencey, and she's this woman that has kind of come into his life before. He's widowed, by the way, and so there might be kind of a rekindling right there. And there's this man named William Cyphers and his elderly mother who run this antique shop, and there's a scene in it that kind of it's not the same, but it kind of reminded me. I think it's the first scene with William and his mother in it. It's when Adam goes to the antique shop and something happens. And just something about it. I think it was the atmosphere and just, the idea of this older lady who doesn't speak and stuff. It reminded me of that scene from Phantasm where the boy, I can't remember his name, goes to this girl that he goes to school with, and her grandmother, they own like this shop, and the grandmother's like psychic or something, and he's supposed to, he puts like money on this box, and then the box vanishes. None of that happens in this, but it just reminded me so much. And the grandmother in that is what I was thinking of with Mrs. Cyphers. So, or is it Cypher? I forget if it has an S or not. I'm so sorry. One of my favorite characters in it, though, is the character of Sebastian. And he is a little older. He's like a year older than Hannah. And he is Linford Craven's nephew. And he kind of has that, that suave bit of sophistication because he's from England. But he's kind of a wild card. And he kind of, does what he likes. And is not very apologetic about it. And I found his character very funny. Excuse me again. I found him very funny, very engaging, and he was just a delight. So I can't wait when I read more in the series. I can't wait to see more of him. And I liked his chemistry, actually, with Hannah. So I don't want to give too much more away, so that is pretty much my review for this. And it was actually one of the 2 books that I recently finished. I left the other one over there on the coffee table. From my TBR from last Halloween to this Halloween, books I want to finish or want to read. And so I finished this one, and I finished another one, which I'm going to do a review sometime soon. It might be the next video. I'm not sure. I have a tag video coming up, too, that I'm going to do. So look for that. And I've been thinking, what do I want to start next on my TBR? I have 5 more books on my TBR, and they're up on the shelf. There's 4 of them. I grabbed one of them right before doing this video, before doing this version of the video, because it's like my take 4, because I just did not like where it was going. So I think I'm going to start, I have started this last year, and I didn't get to finish it, and so I'm going to do it again this time around. Actually, I had plans to start working on it again later last year, and I did. So I pretty much reread what I'd already read. So I think I'm just going to possibly maybe skim through it to review, and then just jump right back in. So I'm going to go ahead and start Anne Rice's The Tale of the Body Thief. So that's my next book on my TBR. So I'm going to start reading on that again. So anyway, everybody go out and check out... My tablet turned itself... Well, the screen turned itself off. Go check out The Ghosts of Dark Hollow by R. St. Clair and the rest of the series. I have it in a bundle, but it's a very good series. It's very quick-paced, and it keeps you engaged in what's going on. So it leaves you very, it's further suspenseful. You're like, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And so yeah. So please go check out her books, go check out her channel, and I will see you guys next time right here on my channel. So bye-bye.